now.
Mrs. Kavya Bavera, who stands elected from Wayanadu constituency of Kerala state, will take oath or affirmation. Mrs. Kavya Bavera. Madam, do you like to take oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language do you like to take oath?
In English. I, Mrs. Kavya Bavera, having been elected a member of the House of the People, do swear in the name of the God that I will bear true faith and allegiance with the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter.
Mr. Hemant Rao, who stands elected from Chevella constituency of Telangana state, will take oath or affirmation. Mr. Hemant Rao. Sir, do you like to take oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language do you like to take oath?
In Telugu. హేమంత్ రావు అనే నేను లోక్సభ సభ్యులు ఎన్నుకోబడినాను. చట్టరీత్యా నెలకొల్పబడిన భారత సంవిధానం పట్ల యథార్థమైన భక్తి విశ్వాసం కలిగి ఉందని, భారతదేశ సార్వభౌమాధికారమును అఖండతను సమర్పించదనని, నేను స్వీకరించుకో కర్తవ్యమును శ్రద్ధాభక్తులతో నిర్వహించదనని దైవ సాక్షిగా ప్రమాణం చేయించున్నాను.
Honorable members, with deep sense of grief, I would inform the House of the demise of Sri Dharmapuri Srinivas after a prolonged illness. He was a prominent political leader, passionately committed to eliminating poverty in Telugu states, a truly human life dedicated to society. His services to the nation as a member of the upper house during 2016 to 2022 are unforgettable. The passing away of Sri Dharmapuri Srinivas recently at the age of 75 years has led to an outpouring of grief from thousands of ordinary people. A high proportion of them are mainly engaged in the local self-governance functioning, women and child welfare in former Andhra Pradesh.
श्री धर्मवीर बहुत ही अच्छे और नेक दिल इंसान थे। उन्होंने समाज के प्रति अपनी गहरी प्रतिबद्धता और सेवा भावना से कई क्षेत्रों में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान दिए। एक विपक्षी नेता के रूप में उन्होंने समाज के कमजोर और पिछड़े वर्गों की आवाज़ उठाई और उनके अधिकारों की रक्षा की। उन्होंने सरकारी स्कूल और कॉलेजों के निर्माण पर विशेष ध्यान दिया, जिससे गरीब और वंचित समुदायों के बच्चों को बेहतर शिक्षा के अवसर प्राप्त हुए। स्वास्थ्य सेवाओं के बेहतरी के लिए उन्होंने सरकारी अस्पतालों का निर्माण करवाया ताकि गरीब और ज़रूरतमंद लोगों को मुफ्त में इलाज मिल सके। बस इतना ही नहीं जनाब, उन्होंने एक अच्छे इंसान थे, लेकिन इसके साथ ही साथ वे एक आदर्श व्यक्ति भी थे। ऐसे व्यक्ति का होना इस देश के लिए एक बहुत दुखद बात है। मैं अपने दल की तरफ से उनकी मृतक आत्मा को श्रद्धांजलि प्रदान करता हूँ और अपने अंतर्मन से प्रार्थना करता हूँ कि ईश्वर उनके शोकग्रस्त परिवार को भावनात्मक स्तर पर शांति।
Playing a crucial role in shaping the party's presence in the state, Sri Srinivas was instrumental in mobilizing support for the Congress during critical elections. As he has been a mentor to many young politicians, Sri Srinivas' efforts were also pivotal in the formation of Telangana state, where he actively advocated for good aligning with the aspirations of the people. As a legislator, he served as the member of the upper house, member of the legislative assembly, and held several ministerial portfolios, contributing to the development of infrastructure, education, and social welfare programs. His influence extends beyond his roles in government, as he has been a mentor to many young politicians, despite facing political challenges and controversies. Sri Srinivas remains a respected figure for his dedication to public service and his role in shaping the political narrative of Telangana. I convey my heartfelt condolences to his bereaved family and pray to the God to provide strength to his family to cope up with irreparable loss. In respect and memory. Secretary General may convey the condolences of members of the House to the grieving family.
Yes, madam.
Prime Minister to introduce the new ministers.
Honorable Madam, I would like to introduce to you and through you to the House my new colleagues in the Council of Ministers. Mrs. Hiranmaya, Minister of Child and Women Development. Mr. K. Vinay Reddy, Minister of Coal and Mines. Ms. Surabhi Yadav, Minister of State for Labour and Employment. Mr. Ram Charan Chaudhary, Minister of State for Home Affairs. Thank you, Madam.
Now, let us take up the question now. Question number 301, Mrs. Pranati Sethi.
Honorable Madam, be pleased to state 1. The status of e-waste in India. 2. The plans of the government to check e-waste and dispose it. 3. The action taken to create awareness about e-waste management among the consumers. Thank you, Madam.
Million tons of e-waste was produced in the year 2022. Every year it is growing by 5%. 2. The government has set up a parliament panel recently to regulate e-waste. This panel has recommended creation of a legislative and enforcement mechanism to monitor e-waste. The government is soon going to enact a comprehensive bill curbing e-waste from domestic as well as external sources. 3. Municipal bodies, Central Pollution Control Board and State Pollution Control Boards have already undertaken a massive awareness program to create awareness and encourage e-waste collection for safe disposal and recycling. Thank you, Madam.
Srimati Pranati Sethi.
माननीय महोदया, लोगों और हमारे पर्यावरण के व्यापक हित में पर्यावरण को प्रदूषित करने की किसी भी प्रयास से कड़ी सजा दी जानी चाहिए। मैं माननीय मंत्री से ई कचरे के पुनर्चक्रण को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए सरकार द्वारा की गई कार्रवाई पर प्रकाश डालने का अनुरोध करती हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Honorable Minister of Environment and Forest, please.
माननीय महोदया, अपराधियों के खिलाफ पहले से ही भारी आर्थिक दंड का प्रावधान है, लेकिन संसद फाइनल ने कुछ स्तरों के अपराधों के लिए जेल की सजा का भी सुझाव दिया है। इन्हें ई कचरा प्रबंधन के आगामी विधेयक में मौद्रिक अध्यारोपण के साथ शामिल किया जाएगा। जहां तक पुनर्चक्रण की बात है, 12 राज्यों में से 100 2026 पंजीकृत ई कचरा पुनर्चक्रणा करता या विखंडना करता है। धन्यवाद।
Mr. Adjournment, please.
Honorable Madam, the government has not done anything to make the manufacturers responsible for their products. The electronic items are not consumer items in our daily life. Their life is long, and unsafe disposal of electronic items will be dangerous to the environment. And our consumers do not know how to make the disposal waste to be sent to the scrap shops. And hence the product producers should be made accountable for the environmental hazards. Madam, I want to ask why the government is hesitant to make the manufacturers accountable to the environmental hazards. Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Minister of Environment and Forest, please.
Madam, the Ministry for Environment has recently notified the main features of e-waste management handling rules 2015. EPR or extended producer's responsibility is the main feature of this notification. According to it, the producer is responsible for its product.
The capacity of e-waste dismantling centers is only 4.55 lakh tons per annum, which shows huge gap between waste generation and dismantling or recycling. The 126 waste recycling centers can't even recycle 10% of the e-waste. Where will the 90% go? Isn't this 90% e-waste a big challenge to the environment? This huge amount of e-waste is being handled in an unscientific manner by unorganized sectors. Do we know who are engaged in dismantling this e-waste? Mostly children. It is a horrible crime. Must we not pay immediate attention to it? May I know from the Honorable Minister for Environment what the government is doing to encourage scientific recycling of e-waste? Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Minister of Environment and Forest, please.
Madam, the e-waste management rules notified by Ministry for Environment and Forest focus on the identification of various sources of e-waste. It also pays attention to the methodology for e-waste management handling and disposal in an environmentally sound manner. The guidelines emphasize the concept of extended producer's responsibility. Dealers will collect e-waste by providing the consumer a box to deposit e-waste and the same is transported back safely to the producer or the authorized collection center. Selling e-waste to wholesale scrap shops is illegal. This helps to control the unorganized disposal of e-waste. Madam, child labor is abolished under Child Labor Regulation and Prohibition Act 1986. I need not reiterate it here. Thank you, Madam.
Shri Dinesh Pujari.
Honorable Madam, we are struggling hard to check e-waste produced in our own country. But the disturbing fact is we are also importing e-waste from developed countries. I want to know what steps the government is taking to regulate the imports of e-waste. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Environment and Forest, please.
Madam, the liberalization of import rules has allowed the developed countries access to a market for their remanufactured goods. But the government is going to take a decision to delete the clause for import of used electrical and electronic equipment. The government will permit only the import of e-waste for recycling to actual users only with permission of Ministry for Environment and Forest, a license issued by Directorate General of Foreign Trade. Import of e-waste by traders is not permitted. I would like to assure the honorable members that the government is monitoring e-waste disposal effectively. Thank you, Madam.
No more supplementary questions, please. Question number 302, Mrs. Hindavi.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, question number 302. With great anguish, I would like to bring to the attention of this the August House is in a tragic state in our country. It has become victim of its own success in the past. High-yielding seeds and fertilizers increase the productivity of the land, but growth has now become stagnant in recent years. Water tables are depleting, surface as well as groundwater is contaminated. Honorable Madam, the data from 2023 shows that India's average yield of cereals per hectare is far less than even low-income countries like Bangladesh, Indonesia and Vietnam. We are far below what China has achieved. While China's average yield of cereals is 46%, ours only 13%. Madam, I would like the Honorable Minister of Agriculture to state the measures taken by the government to ensure income security of the farmers. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, the government has launched a campaign to turn the attention of farmers from growing rice and wheat to cereals and pulses like jowar, maize, etc. But the opposition parties are not cooperating with the government. When they are trying to discourage farmers from growing rice and wheat by enhancing minimum support prices only marginally, the opposition parties are demanding for hiking minimum support prices. Madam, the government has allotted funds to create marketplaces for cereals and pulses to help farmers shift to cereals and pulses. The next problem that the government is dealing with the less per capita water. Madam, our farmer community should shift to micro irrigation for efficient use of scarce water. The government has succeeded to a large extent in recent years. Madam, the study conducted by National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture and Micro Irrigation shows that in 13 states like Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, in spite of reduction in water and fertilizers, the yield of crop has gone up to 40% in wheat, 20% in gram, and 40% in soybean. Thank you, madam.
Mr. Shashank Singh.
Honorable Madam, the cost of micro irrigation is very high. It will not succeed without the government support. I want the Minister of Agriculture to give details of the action taken by the central government. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, please.
Madam, it is a fact that the initial cost discourages farmers to adopt technology. The government is giving subsidies to small farmers to boost the adoption of micro irrigation. Our government is committed to farmer community. I believe that suicides will come down in a couple of years. Thank you, madam.
No more supplementaries, please. Question number 303, Ms. Sangramika Joshi.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, question number 303. Madam, will the Minister of Education be pleased to state whether complaints regarding the collection of huge fees has been received by the Ministry of Education against management of private schools affiliated to state boards across the country? If so, what steps the government proposes to take to curb collection of huge fees? There have been serious allegations related to NEET examination that undermine its credibility. Specifically, it has been reported that in certain examination centers, many students received full marks. There were instances of false impersonation and the question paper was leaked. Additionally, it has come to light that some officers accepted bribes and sold the NEET paper. What actions have been taken to alarming these issues and what measures are being implemented to prevent such occurrences in the future? Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Minister of Education.
Honorable Madam, I would like to answer the questions raised by the Honorable Member through you. Yes, complaints regarding collection of huge fees by private schools affiliated to state boards have been received by the Ministry. Honorable Madam, as we all know, education is in the concurrent list, but the Ministry of Education feels education should not be made a profit-making business. So it has given clear guidelines to the states to set up state-level statutory fee fixation committees to regulate and monitor fee collection. These committees will have as its members a retired High Court judge nominated by the government, directors from State Education Department, the Chief Engineer from the PWD at the state level, district-level education officers, and principals of educational institutions. Honorable Madam, these allegations are indeed troubling. The CBCID has been tasked with investigating the matter thoroughly. They have arrested those involved in these malpractices. Moreover, a retest was conducted for the students who received grace marks unfairly. The government is also reviewing and strengthening the security measures around the examination process to prevent such breaches in the future and to maintain the integrity of NEET examination. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Sangramika Joshi.
माननीय महोदय, सरकार द्वारा संचालित संस्थान भी गरीब छात्रों के लिए अपने दरवाजे बंद कर रहे हैं। आईआईटी ने स्नातक पाठ्यक्रमों के लिए वार्षिक ट्यूशन फीस में वृद्धि की है। इसी तरह सीबीएसई और आईसीएसई जैसे परीक्षा बोर्डों से संबद्ध स्कूल भारी शुल्क वसूल रहे हैं। मैं माननीय मंत्री से जवाब देने की अनुरोध करती हूँ कि मंत्रालय भारी शुल्क वसूली को रोकने के लिए क्या कर रहा है? धन्यवाद।
माननीय महोदय, मैं चाहूंगी कि माननीय सदस्य नोट करें कि सीबीएसई और आईसीएसई संबद्ध स्कूलों द्वारा फीस का संग्रह आईआईटी द्वारा ट्यूशन फीस में वृद्धि के बराबर नहीं है। महोदय, आईआईटी विश्व स्तरीय शैक्षणिक संस्था संस्थान हैं। फीस निर्धारण को लेकर उनके अपने नियम कायदे हैं। आईआईटी में होने वाला खर्च बहुत ज्यादा है। ऐसे में आईआईटीएंस के लिए फीस बढ़ाना अनिवार्य हो जाता है। महोदय, मौजूदा नियमों के अनुसार राज्य स्तरीय वैधानिक शुल्क निर्धारण समिति सीबीएसई और आईसीएसई संबद्ध स्कूलों को नियंत्रित नहीं कर सकती है। इससे मंत्रालय को हाल ही में उनके द्वारा एकत्र किए गए शुल्क को विनियमित करने के लिए हस्तक्षेप करना पड़ा है। मानव संसाधन विकास मंत्रालय ने इन बोर्डों को निर्देश दिया है कि यदि आवश्यक है तो अपने संबद्धता नियमों को बदले ताकि उनके स्कूल राज्य स्तरीय वैधानिक शुल्क निर्धारण के निर्देशों का पालन कर सके। धन्यवाद।
Mr. Charan P. Reddy.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, there is no doubt that IITs are top-class institutions, but the poor but talented children should not be denied admission in these institutions. Honorable Madam, I want the government to answer what steps it is taking to open the doors of these institutions to less privileged students. Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Minister of Education.
Madam, the ministry has allowed the IITs to waive the total fee for the differently able students, the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes and weaker sections. Even the students belonging to the families with an annual income less than 2 lakh will also get full fee concession. The rest of the students who do not fall under these 3 categories will avail educational loans from banks. Madam, the ministry has allowed for admission in postgraduate courses, active interest in research and publication in index journals will be given little extra weightage to scores obtained in NEET. The government is doing its best to improve the quality of education in our country as it is key in the improvement of health standards. Thank you, Madam.
No more supplementary questions, please. Question number 304, Srimati Jyoti Tripathi.
Honorable Madam, to the Minister of Health, we pleased to state 1. The total number of health workers serving in public sector in India. 2. The government is making efforts to reach the doctor-to-patient ratio of 1:500. 3. The efforts of the Medical Council of India to bring qualitative changes in medical education. Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, please.
Honorable Sir, the total number of health workers serving in the public sector is 5.76 million, which include allopathic doctors 1.16 million, nurses and midwives 2.34 million, pharmacists 1.20 million, dentists 0.79 million, and traditional medical practitioner Ayush 0.79 million. However, the active health workforce size estimated NSSO 2017-18 is much lower, with allopathic doctors, nurses and midwives estimated as 0.80 and 1.40 million respectively. Honorable Sir, the government has given priority to the public healthcare sector in the 2024-25 budget. Sir, the government setting up 4 more medical institutions in the status of All India Medical Institutes of Science and more medical colleges in the public sector. Honorable Sir, in another 10 years, we will reach the doctor-to-patient ratio of 1:500. The Medical Council of India, MCA, has recently reviewed the curriculum. It is looking at the incorporation of the latest medical technology and teaching aids in subjects such as anatomy, pathology, and biochemistry at MBBS level, and introduction of new specialties and super specialties for post-graduation and beyond. Thank you.
Honorable Member, Mr. Sampath Singh, please.
Sir, I am sorry to state that selection of students for admission in medical college is outdated. It is based on the score obtained in the objective type examinations that contains multiple choice questions on the subject of physics, chemistry and biology. Sir, they are based on factual information. Sir, The communication skills and humanistic attitude should be basic foundation for the students. Sir, I request the Honorable Minister to reply why the government is still adopting old test pattern in this fast changing world. Thank you, sir.
Minister of Health and Family Welfare, please.
Honorable Sir, lakhs of students appears for admission test. Besides, there is no availability of appropriate objective instruments for testing communication skills, attitude and aptitude of students. Sir, it is not possible to bring new changes in the examination system. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Sandhya Menon.
Sir, the quality of doctors that are produced by most of our medical colleges is substandard. The reason is no impetus is laid on research activities in the undergraduate students during course of preventive and social media just are a formality. Sir, may I know from the Honorable Minister of Family Health and Family Welfare the special steps taken to ensure better standards in medical education. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, please.
Honorable Speaker, sir, the new curriculum prepared by the MCA has focused attention on the first semester of the third year of MBBS. Thank you, sir.
No more supplementaries, please. Let us take up breach of privilege. Ms. Rakshi, please.
Sir, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by Sri Alok Verma, Editor-in-Chief of New Delhi Times, while commenting on the recommendations of the Parliamentary Standing Committee set up to review the outputs of National Education Policy 2020. The paper has attributed dishonest motives, and I request you to allow me to raise a question on that matter now. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Member, Ms. Rakshi, have you given notice of it earlier? You may give due notice and I shall consider it. You cannot spring a surprise on me like this.
Sir, I have already given notice of it at 10 a.m. today.
It will be examined when it comes to me. I shall consider it and let you know my decision. Now, papers to be laid on the table. Honorable Minister of External Affairs.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table firstly annual report of the Overseas Indian Facilitation Center, Gurgaon for the year 2023-2024, along with audited accounts. Secondly, statement Hindi and English versions showing reasons for delay in laying the paper mentioned at one table. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister of Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Manistic and Homeopathy, please.
Sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy of review by government on the working of Indian Council of Medical Research, New Delhi, for the year 2023-24. Thank you, sir.
I have to report the following message received from the Secretary General of Rajya Sabha. In accordance with the provisions of Rule 111 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business, I am directed to enclose a copy of the 3 landmark bills relating to the criminal justice system to ensure victim-centric justice, namely the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023, the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita 2023 and the Bharatiya Saksha Bill 2023. Replacing the Indian Penal Code 1860, the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 and the Indian Evidence Laws, which have been passed by the Rajya Sabha at its sittings held on 3rd January 2024. Thank you, sir.
Secretary to lay on the table a copy of bill as passed by the upper chamber.
Yes, sir. I lay on the table the 3 landmark bills relating to the criminal justice system to ensure victim-centric justice as passed by the Rajya Sabha on 3rd January 2024. Thank you, sir.
Honorable members, I have to make an announcement. On my own behalf and on the behalf of the honorable members, I have a great pleasure in extending a warm welcome to the Switzerland delegation led by His Excellency Mr. Sundar Rossi Raj, Chancellor. And the other prominent members of the delegation are the National Council members of the Federal Council of Switzerland. They are Ms. Rajat Tome, Mr. Dilshan Jans. It is a very high-powered delegation. The delegation arrived on Tuesday, 27th August 2020 2024. They are now seated in the special box. This is the first time that a delegation from Switzerland is visiting India. We hope and wish that this visit would open new avenues for improving bilateral trade, commerce and tourism. We also convey a warm greetings through them to the government and friendly citizens of India. We wish them a happy and fruitful stay in our country. Now, let us take up the calling attention notice. Shri Rishivardhan Reddy will draw the attention of the House.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I would like to draw the attention of the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs regarding the recent landslides in the Wayanad district, Kerala. The disaster has led significant loss of life and property. And I request the Minister to provide details on current situation and the government response. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Home Affairs will respond to the issues raised by the Honorable Member.
Honorable Madam, on July 30, 2024, a severe landslide struck Wayanad district in Kerala, particularly impacting Mundakai, Churalmala, Attamala and Nulpula. This disaster has resulted in over 400 fatalities, with many individuals still missing. The continuous heavy rains have further complicated rescue operations. We have established temporary relief centers for displaced families and announced financial assistance, including monthly rent allowance for those who lost their homes and ex gratia payments to the families of the deceased. A bailey bridge has been constructed to improve access to affected areas and support ongoing rescue and relief efforts. We are actively working to secure the region and prevent further disaster, but the scale of destruction remains a major challenge. Thank you, Madam.
Shri Rishivardhan Reddy.
Respected Madam, I would like to know from the Minister what are the primary challenges faced by the government in the ongoing relief and rescue operations. Additionally, what steps have been taken to prevent such disasters in the future? Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Minister of Home Affairs.
Honorable Speaker Madam, the primary challenges in the ongoing rescue and relief efforts include the continuous heavy rains which hampers the operations and the extensive damage to infrastructure which obstructs access and the high number of displaced individuals requiring urgent assistance. To address these issues, we have mobilized over 3,000 rescuers and established temporary relief centers. We have also constructed a bailey bridge to enhance accessibility to affected areas. We are working on strengthening infrastructure and implementing early warning systems to better prepare for and mitigate the impact of such extreme weather events in the future. We are coordinating with local authorities and NGOs to ensure comprehensive support for affected communities. Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Teshma Sri.
மாண்புமிகு சபாநாயகர் அவர்களே, பேரிடரை நலமை கருத்தில் கொண்ட நிவாரண மையங்களில் இடம்பெயர்ந்த நபர்களின் பாதுகாப்பு மற்றும் நல்வாழ்வை உறுதிப்படுத்தும் என்ன குறிப்பிட்ட நடவடிக்கைகள் எடுக்கப்படுகின்றன என்பதை அறிய விரும்புகிறேன். நன்றி.
Mr. Dinesh Pujari.
Honorable Madam, I am interested in understanding the government strategy to address the long-term impacts of this disaster. What are the plans for rebuilding and recovery in the affected areas? Thank you, Madam.
Ms. Vishishta Baju.
ബഹുമാനം പെട്ട മാഡം, ഉരുൾപൊട്ടൽ മൂലം വ്യാപക സൗകര്യങ്ങൾ വിലയിരുത്തുന്നതിനും അവ പുനഃസജ്ജീകരിക്കുന്നതിനും അതുവഴി ദുരന്ത ബാധിത പ്രദേശങ്ങളിലേക്ക് സുഗമമായി കടന്നു ചെല്ലുന്നതിനും വേണ്ട പിന്തുണ നൽകുന്നതിനുമായി എന്തൊക്കെ അടിയന്തര നടപടികളാണ് സ്വീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്? നന്ദി മാഡം.
Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, please.
Medical care and shelter. For long-term recovery, we are developing a comprehensive rebuilding plan that includes repairing damaged infrastructure, restoring power and communication lines, and supporting the reconstruction of homes and public facilities. The bailey bridge has been instrumental in improving access to affected areas. We are also working with NGOs and community groups to provide continuous support and ensure that affected areas are rehabilitated effectively. In addition, our Prime Minister also visited Wayanad on August 5th to assess the situation firsthand. During this visit, the Prime Minister emphasized the need of coordinated effort among central and state agencies to accelerate relief and rehabilitation. He announced a special fund to support reconstruction efforts and instructed the Ministry of Home Affairs to work closely with local authorities to streamline aid distribution. The Prime Minister also called for a review of disaster preparedness and mitigation strategies to enhance resilience against future calamities. Thank you, Madam.
Now, let us take up the legislative business. Honorable Finance Minister to introduce the bill.
Madam, I raise to move for a leave to introduce the Banking Laws Amendment Bill 2024 with an aim to make significant changes to key banking regulations.
The leave is granted to introduce the Banking Laws Amendment Bill 2024. Those who are in favor will say aye. Aye. Those who are against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Leave is granted. Honorable Minister of Finance.
I introduce the Banking Laws Amendment Bill 2024. Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Minister of Jal Shakti to introduce the bill for consideration.
Honorable Madam, I beg to move for leave to introduce the bill Right to Safe and Sufficient Drinking Water 2024. Thank you, Madam.
Now, the House will take consideration of the Right to Safe and Sufficient Drinking Water Bill 2024. Honorable Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I beg to move that the bill to provide for safe and sufficient drinking water is the right of all people. To all the people of India be taken into consideration. Madam, Article 21 of the Constitution of India provides its citizens the right to life. The need of the hour is that this article should clearly encompass the right to safe and sufficient drinking water. Today, it is universally recognized that safe and sufficient drinking water is the birthright of all. Honorable Madam, water is life, but this vital resource is beyond reach of lakhs of the people in our country. It has become a commodity. Honorable Madam, I would like to list out the features of the bill through you to the House as follows. First one, the bill defines right to safe and sufficient drinking water as the right of all people to have free access to safe drinking water and sufficient drinking water to be used for domestic purposes, drinking, cooking, personal hygiene, as well as livestock throughout the year, including natural disasters. Second one, all state governments shall make arrangements for the accessibility of drinking water less than 1 kilometer from its source to its place of use. They shall also ensure that every member of the household obtains 20 liters per day. And the government hospitals, schools, anganwadis, offices, public places like bus stations, railway stations, parks, etc. shall be given access to safe drinking water at all times and in all situations. Third one, safe drinking water shall meet the standards as laid down by the Bureau of Indian Standard BIS is 10,500 that was formulated in 19 shall be strengthened to manage their own drinking water sources and systems in the areas of their jurisdiction. Sixth one, contaminating, pilferage, illegal using and drawing, using illegal connection or other means to procure more water and deliberate destruction of water meters shall invite suitable punishment. Sixth one, the cost sharing for adequate safe drinking water shall be 80:20 to Northeast states and Jammu and Kashmir and 60:40 to other states and union territories. Seventh one, information shall be provided through online reporting mechanism with information placed in public domain to bring in transparency and informed decision making. Madam, I must submit that the present bill is a huge step in the direction of ensuring quality life in our country. Water must be the right of all, but not the privilege of a few. Social justice is achieved only when water is made available freely, especially for drinking and domestic purposes. Thank you, Madam.
Minister, please.
Madam, first of all, I feel proud for bringing out this bill. It is a fact that for lakhs of people in India, safe drinking water is a miracle. The problem is even worse in rural areas. Safe drinking water is of great importance as over 73% of diseases in countries like India crop drinking polluted water. Madam, every year over 40 million people are affected by waterborne diseases. and over 1.5 million children die of diarrhea alone. It is estimated that 66 million Indians are at great risk due to excess fluoride and 10 million due to excess arsenic in groundwater. Madam, every year we lost around 73 lakh working days due to waterborne diseases alone. Honorable Madam, I wholeheartedly appreciate the government for undertaking the daunting job of supplying adequate and safe drinking water to all the people in India, and I wholeheartedly support this historic and bold bill. Thank you, Madam.
Srimati Jashrita Rai.
माननीय महोदया, मुझे यह कहने में कोई संकोच नहीं है कि सुरक्षित और पर्याप्त पेयजल सभी लोगों का अधिकार है, लेकिन मेरा दृढ़ विश्वास है कि सरकार में ईमानदारी की कमी है। यह स्पष्ट रूप से मतदाताओं को जीतने का एक चुनावी हथकंडा है। इसने इस मुद्दे को वैज्ञानिक रूप से संबोधित नहीं किया है। सरकार ने आपूर्ति और मांग के बीच बढ़ती असमानता को गंभीरता से नहीं लिया है। महोदया, 1955 में प्रति व्यक्ति उपलब्धता 5300 घन मीटर प्रति व्यक्ति प्रति वर्ष थी, लेकिन 1996 में यह प्रति व्यक्ति 2200 क्यूबिक मीटर पर आ गया है। उम्मीद है कि प्रति व्यक्ति पानी की उपलब्धता 1600 क्यूबिक मीटर प्रति व्यक्ति रह जाएगी। भारत तेजी से गंभीर जल संकट की ओर बढ़ रहा है क्योंकि यह जल तनावग्रस्त देश होगा। कोई भी देश जल संकट ग्रस्त हो जाता है अगर पानी प्रति व्यक्ति उपलब्धता 1700 घन मीटर से नीचे चला जाता है। महोदया, सरकार को बिल पेश करने से पहले बढ़ते जल संकट का समाधान करना चाहिए, लेकिन उसने ऐसे क्यों नहीं किया? पानी के संसाधनों और आपूर्ति में व्यापक सुधार किए बिना विधेयक को पेश करना मूर्खता है। सरकार बिना तैयारी वाली विधेयक को पारित करने की इतनी जल्दी में क्यों है? यह कोई रहस्य नहीं है, मकसद बहुत स्पष्ट है। सत्ताधारी दल पहले ही अलोकप्रिय हो चुका है। अगले साल होने वाले चुनावों में लोगों का जनादेश जीतने के लिए उसने क्या किया है? कुछ नहीं। महोदया, यह विधेयक भोले भाले मतदाताओं को लुभाने के लिए है। यह महज एक दिखावा है। मेरा दृढ़ विश्वास है कि भारत के लोग सरकार के असली इरादों को समझेंगे और उसे उचित सबक सिखाएंगे। हमारी पार्टी मौजूदा स्वरूप में विधेयक का पूरा विरोध करेगी क्योंकि यह जमीनी हकीकत को प्रतिबिंबित नहीं करता है। धन्यवाद।
I would like to draw the attention of the government to the major role that women play in the quarantine of people, the right to safe and sufficient drinking water. Women are prime users of domestic water. Women and children suffer the brunt of water-related diseases. Madam, the government should recognize the fact that without their role and active participation, good governance is not possible. They should be empowered by their greater and effective participation. So, I support the bill wholeheartedly. Thank you.
श्रीमती वेदा।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, बिल में शोध पर एक शब्द भी नहीं कहा गया है जो सरकार की अदूरदर्शिता को दर्शाता है। उन्हें देखो महोदया, हर समय और सभी स्थानों पर पानी की आपूर्ति करने का सरकार का वादा तब अधूरा रह जाएगा जब अनुसंधान, विकास और नवाचार के लिए कोई विचार ही उत्पन्न नहीं होगी। मैं इस विधेयक को विरोध करती हूँ क्योंकि मैं इससे पूरी तरह निराश हूँ। धन्यवाद।
मिस अभिश्री नायर।
unless the users share the cost partially at least. To meet this challenge successfully, we should make the users responsible and inculcate in them a sense of ownership over the facilities. Over-dependence on center and state funds should be discouraged. We should promote willingness to pay for improved water supplies. This leads to sustainable use and effective management. I want the government to consider the provisions of collecting charges. I thank Honorable Speaker for giving me this opportunity.
Mr. Abhishek Paul.
Madam, the dreams of people for an honorable life has finally become a reality. Our sir just to fetch a small part of water is soon going to be a thing of the past. I congratulate the government for the wonderful job it has done presenting the bill in the youth parliament in a very short time. The bill is very comprehensive. I am sorry for the opposition. They have failed and again to offer constructive solutions to strengthen bill.
Srimati Jnv
Honorable Madam, regarding the bill, I would like to bring to the attention of the House that 80% of our drinking water needs are met by groundwater, which is deflating at an alarming rate. This situation is compounded with large-scale contamination. Madam, if we do not address this problem, we will not be able to ensure the people clean water. Sewage discharge, industrial waste discharges, runoff from agriculture fields, and urban runoff are affecting the quality of water. 37.7 million people are affected by the bacterial contamination of water. Increased use of fertilizers and pesticides is degrading the quality of surface water. Madam, another serious block is leakages. In many developed countries, leakage is around 3%, while leakage is around 45% in India. But I'm happy to note that the bill has spelled penalties for deliberate contamination of water. I'm thankful to the chair for allowing me to air my views on the bill. I strongly support bill.
Minister of Jal Shakti.
If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win but think you can't, it's almost a cinch you won't. If you think you are lost, you are lost. For out in the world we find success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. Madam, the government has strong will and it is not scared of the trouble. The honorable opposition members are trying to highlight and it is not afraid of challenges. Madam, I am grateful to all members who have supported the bill. I am also grateful to those members who have offered their constructive criticism. Madam, a committee with experts from NTWP, National Drinking Water Program and the Ministry of Safe and Sufficient Drinking Water has studied the financial implications of the bill, right to safe and sufficient drinking water. Madam, Article 15 of the Constitution states that no citizen shall on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth or any of them be subjected to any disability, liability, restriction or condition. With regard to the use of wells, tanks, bathing guards, etc. So, any discrimination against SCs, STs invites severe punishment and the law can be invoked against the offenders. Madam, in order to ensure social justice, the Gram Panchayat or Municipal Water Distribution Committees will have 50% of its members from SCs, STs, minorities and women. Research and Development Advisory Committee (RDSE) has been functioning under the chairmanship of Secretary, Ministry of Jal Shakti. Since the committee is already in existence, it is not necessary to mention research, especially in the bill. Honorable Speaker, Madam, I hope I have answered the most of the doubts raised by the Honorable Opposition members in the course of my answer. I thank you for your support and strongly believe that the bill bring about radical changes in the quality of the life of the people in the first quarter of the 21st century and install our country very proudly on the pedestal of developed nations. Madam, now I request the House to pass the bill. Thank you, Madam.
The question is that a bill to grant the citizens of India the right to safe and sufficient drinking water 2024 be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor of the bill will say aye. Aye. Those who are against of the bill will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Clause by clause consideration. Now, the question is that clause 2 to 11 stand part of the bill. Those who are in favor of the bill will say aye. Aye. Those who are against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Clause 2 to 11 stand part of the bill. Now the question is that clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those who are in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those who are against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Motion is adopted. Minister for Jal Shakti, please.
Madam, I move the bill be passed. Thank you, Madam.
Motion moved that the bill is passed. Those who are in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those who are against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The House is adjourned till 11 a.m. tomorrow.
ఈ చెప్పండి మా పిల్లలకు ఆశీస్సులు